Out.
There it goes.
Okay, so welcome everyone. Deborah, Carl, Ab Abu. Can you say your name again? I really don't like to mess up people's name because
Oh
can you
no, it's fine. Um, Abubakar Diallo.
Abu Bakar. Okay, Abu Bakar, thank you for being here. And Monique, my co-chair, and myself, and Hakil, our community associate. This is our monthly meeting for the Community Board 9 Cannabis Task Force. It is now 6:49,
No, 39.
39 p.m.
Yeah.
All right.
Don't rush it.
Okay.
But yeah, so there we go. So let's put the agenda back up.
Yep. Let me put that back up.
And I don't know if you guys saw the minutes, and if you didn't, we can certainly share them again. We try to take good minutes so that we can keep people informed and engaged in terms of what we're trying to do to support the community. So if you didn't get the minutes, let us know, and we'll send them to you so that you can be caught up. But assuming that people don't have any comments as it relates to the minutes, we can go to the the regulation guidelines for the CB9. So I don't know if we want to share that, but what that refers to is, I'll start, Miriam, and you can jump in. We are trying to get ahead of the game and have a say in controlling the establishment of legal dispensaries in the community. We don't have any in our CB yet. And our hope, of course, and goal is to set up some guidelines so that, just like we do with our liquor licenses, where establishments have to come before us and state their case for why, they should have a liquor license and be established as such in our community, and we review and vote on that establishment's ability to get a license. We're looking to do the same thing in terms of the establishment of legal dispensaries. We want to get ahead of this so that we're not facing the same types of challenges that some of our other community boards face downtown, which is quite a show. I didn't use the other word, but you can guess what the other word is before show. Miriam, did you want to interject anything?
Yes, I'm actually trying to open them up to share the screen. But basically, I think Monique stated it very well. It's basically the rules of engagement for legal cannabis establishments in the community. And this would be a resolution, the review, the Manhattan Community Board 9, whereas, and again, we urge you to look at this because it's what we would expect from anyone who wants to run a legal dispensary. And just so we all have an idea, of the 9 license types, really the only one that community boards are mandated by law to weigh in on are retail. So this is basically how you would engage with us. This would go before the board. The full board, and would, if it passes, this is basically what everyone would have to go through, down to the hours, all of that. And this is pretty much based on the OCM regulations. And just so you know where this came from, I think it's Community Board 5 shared this document with us, and we've been working all the Manhattan community boards for more than a year now, or almost a year now, just in communication, sharing documents and making sure that whatever one passes, the other one reviews and passes it, so that Manhattan basically has, is a block when it comes to communicating with OCM, and what we say will pretty much pass. And
Yeah.
I
Keep-
believe that that's what's happening. So if you want to look at this document, it's again, it's pretty much based on if you're going to open up a bar in the neighborhood. Instead of a bar, it would be cannabis. Obviously, there's more language in here about smoke and noise and other things. What you're looking at here is a rubric if you have to come again for a license review or renewal or any order of business that you have to come under review for OCM and the community. These are kind of a rubric that we would use to measure if we think you deserve getting your license or not, based on how you've been operating.
Yeah, right.
So it's not going to be the wild, wild west like it is right now, that anyone can just open up a shop and do whatever they want. It's going to be pretty regulated. Once the government's involved, that's what happens. As a community board, we're trying to stay as ahead of it as we can and as involved as we can. That said, the community board represents the community. So we look for those that are here to share with other community members that this is happening, and to get in touch with us this month and give us some feedback on this, because I believe we're going to pass this in front of the full board
Right.
in June.
Right, we're gonna present it. I would like for us to present it before the executive board first, to make sure we got their blessing. And then the goal would be to bring it before the full general board, so that, once again, we're ahead of the game.
And, I want everyone to pay attention to these details here. As you're looking, outdoor space, consumption of cannabis products must not be permitted outdoors, including in sidewalk sheds, rooftop terraces, and outdoor areas within which the businesses operate. And so, as you can tell, we have a lot of businesses that are not compliant already across the city. And things might change, but who knows? Again, we look for the community's feedback on this. Hours of operation, no establishment for the on-site consumption of cannabis, which is located within 500 feet of a residence, shall have hours of operation later than Sunday through Wednesday nights, no later than 1 a.m. and Thursday and Saturday nights closure no later than 2 a.m. So this is serious stuff that we're passing as a community board, that if you intend on operating within Community Board 9, a licensed dispensary or potential consumption lounge, you need to be looking at this document and talking to us. So if you know anyone, let them know. Again, a lot of this is based on the state regulations. We have just adopted what is looking like makes the most sense for Manhattan.
Yeah,
And that said, let's take a Google look of our community. I'm going to stop sharing. Imagine the community now geographically, a bird's eye view, based on these regulations. The 500 feet from a church, 250 feet, like keep all of this in mind if you're someone or someone who's looking to operate a dispensary in Community Board 9. It is very limited. Amsterdam has a lot of schools and a lot of churches and places of worship. A church is not just a Catholic church. We have many different kinds of places of worship in Community Board 9 spread out along many of, especially Amsterdam. We have residential only Riverside Drive and the streets leading up. So we're really talking about Broadway. That is pretty much open game for retail dispensaries if you're talking and looking at Community Board 9.
Mhm.
You know, we have a few already. They are not legal, just so you know. Any dispensary operating in Community Board 9 is 100% illegal. And when they do operate legally, what we just shared is the criteria that we are going to hold businesses up under. And when their licenses come up for review, if they are not up to that, we will not support your license. Unfortunately, if you don't live up to the standards, again, you might not get support from Community Board 9. And, you know, that said, I think it will be different than with liquor licenses and with liquor establishments because this is federally illegal.
Mm,
If you don't have community board support,
yeah.
I don't think you're going to get the the state support. This is not alcohol. This is cannabis. So if you want to operate a business in Community Board 9, we urge you to look at the regulations and reach out to us and look at this document that we intend to pass in June. And it will be the mode of operandum for any retail or consumption lounge in Community Board 9. So we want your feedback, your input, but a lot of this is based on the regulations. If you need me to share the screen or if you have any question, please let me know. We're happy to also email you the document.
Yeah.
Any questions or if you want to add anything, Monique?
No, that's it, basically. Once again, we ask you to please look at it, and if something is not clear or doesn't make sense to you, let us know, because we want your feedback, because this is something that we're putting forth to support our
This is
community.
serious. This
Yeah.
is very serious, and you have to pay attention to these distances. Houses of worship, community facilities, school, parks, public space, playgrounds, noise, odor mitigation, hours of operation, you know, when you're going to operate your business, all of this matters, restricted licensing areas. You know, again, we urge you to review this document and give us feedback. Because it's pretty serious stuff. We've never passed something this serious. And again, I think unlike liquor licenses where we are advisory, they might take this way more seriously because we're talking something that's federally illegal still.
Yeah. That's it. I'm very proud and thankful for the Community Board 5 for taking the leap of faith and establishing a foundation. And we will follow up with them too to see how they're doing. But the goal,
We have a few changes we still have to make. Like I caught something here, Monique,
oh
you
yeah,
see it?
okay, yeah, thank you, yeah.
We'll
So
still review it. If you review this, we actually appreciate if anyone reviews it outside of Monique and I, because we're kind of blue in the face looking at it and we don't catch these little things. If you see something that doesn't relate to Community Board 9 or it says Community Board 5, please let us know.
Right. And I think I saw Broadway, which I think was correct as in terms of a focus area right now, but we'll go over it once more to make sure it's tight. And then that's it. So I feel really good about that for sure. So you may you email me the document as well. Okay. Yeah,
Gotcha.
sure. I think when we're done, we'll share it with everybody.
We all received the document with the email.
Well, some people, it looks like they didn't, so we'll make sure to share it again. Maybe everybody's not on the email list for some reason. So,
Okay,
and
gotcha.
this person who just joined us is new, so he wouldn't be on it.
Got it.
Yeah, we'll share it. So, if there's no other questions about that, then the next item on the agenda is, what do we have?
Let
said
me get the
minutes,
agenda back.
the guidelines, and I can also share it if you.
The marine transfer station
Yeah,
is the next thing up.
so
Let
the
me get that
marine
up.
transfer station, so
We don't really have an update, right? Do we have anyone from the Economic Development Committee here? No.
No, but what happened is that we shared the document that had feedback in it from members of that committee, things that they thought we could do or should do in order to tighten up the letter and make it stronger in support of using that space for
Let's give everyone a little background because we do have some new. So just for those that are new to this meeting, the Marine Transfer Station is that parcel that is on the Hudson River. Basically like the equivalent, would you say it's like 132nd and Riverside and Hudson River? It's right when you leave, like right to the left of Riverbank in the water, that abandoned structure that's there. So if you're ever down by the waterfront, if you're like standing, staring at the Hudson, it's on the left side of Riverbank on the water. So that's the Marine Transfer Station. It used to be an old pumping station for trucks, and that's where they used to dump the garbage trucks for years. And they eliminated that, and we got Riverbank.
Yeah. So, and now, as Miriam stated, it's languishing. It's just sitting there, and it's been sitting there languishing for at least 10 years, right, Miriam?
I would say 15 or 20 at this point.
Oh, so it's just basically dead space languishing, and we have been talking about what can we do to revitalize that area, and a lot of stuff is being done, and it's a continuous process, but definitely that Marine Transfer Station is ripe for possibilities, and we are trying to see what we can do to have that plot of land space, how that plot of space could be utilized more efficiently and effectively to benefit our community board. And so I know a number of things have been proposed in terms of what could be done, and what we're hoping, one thing that can be done is to use it as an education space and a space where cultivation can take place. And we're thinking specifically hydroponic cultivation, and of course we were thinking that maybe cannabis would be one of the main things that could be grown there, for
But
sure.
it could be a full like green urban gardening education center with also aquatic education. I mean, plans have been proposed in the past that include this type of vision. We're just trying to now incorporate cannabis into it and figure out where these plans are and who owns this, and you know, what's the next steps.
And so we've been actively working on figuring out who has
Mhm.
ownership. I was trying to peruse my email to see if our district manager or Hakil, is he still on?
Yes, I'm here.
Mhm.
Hakil, I know I sent an email to our support staff. Do you know offhand if there has been any updates to figure out who has oversight of that property?
Not as of yet.
Okay, so we're working on that
Mhm.
to figure out who has ownership of the property so that we know who we need to speak with and talk to, and see where things are and figure out how we can move forward with developing that area, so that once again it benefits our community. And
The
we're
good
trying,
news is the Economic Development Committee is on board as well.
yeah,
It seems so, you know, they're also interested now in finding out more. So we will keep everyone posted,
Yeah.
because that is the update there, that we have
Got
support with another committee, and Deborah and Monique and Daria attended economic development last month, and you know, are keeping this alive.
Yep, that's what we're trying to do. So I mean, once again, this was sent in the email, but we'll share it again with you to hear the feedback we got from our other committee members to see how we could strengthen our letter of support that we will share with the owner of that property so that we have a say and are working collaboratively in the development of that piece of real estate, if you will.
I
Monique,
suspect that might be a Department of Sanitation parcel. If it used to be it was a sanitation site.
Yeah, but like I said, it seems like
We should also talk to the Transportation Committee.
so
I mean, the Uniformed
update
Officers
regarding-
Committee or whatever.
I'm sorry, Akil, you have.
Yes.
Yes, I have an update regarding the ownership of the property. So,
Yes.
to my knowledge is DSNY,
Yeah.
but they have yet to release it.
Oh. So they're just holding on to it like one of those slum landlords.
So it's Department of Sanitation, correct?
Yes, yes.
That's, I told you, but it used to be a garbage truck dump site. When they used to have barges that they used to dump in Staten Island, all the trucks used to come here and dump the trash, put them on barges and send it to Staten Island.
Understood.
Woo! How
Okay.
far we've come
Yes. And so they're just holding on to it because,
and how far we have to go.
yeah, exactly. So, okay, Kakil, thank you. for
Thank you. Thank
letting
You're
us
you.
know
welcome.
that. So, I mean, we need to like follow.
So
up.
now that we know it's the Department of Sanitation, maybe we should think of maybe a letter in combination with the Economic Development Committee.
Yeah,
That could be a next step that we slowly evolve to, just reaching out to them. I think we also still need to have a conversation with WeAct, who had a very big proposal like this once on the table,
yeah.
and it'd be good to understand why they abandoned it.
I will say, I think in the draft information I shared and it was sent out, the comments that were shared from economic development and explanations were given. I think they're highlighted in the letter. Explanations were given for why we should tweak the letter, and we can work on doing that, Miriam, so the letter is strong
Okay.
and then yeah. I mean, I guess this letter can go to them for sure.
Yeah.
It should go to them because we
I
want
think so.
yeah.
If we now know it's the Department of Sanitation, we should definitely relook at the letter and make sure it's appropriate for them.
Yeah. So, okay, well, that's one mystery solved. So we'll keep pushing this forward and keep those of you who have joined us on, on board with what we're looking to, what we're doing. So, more to come.
And just so you know, I mean, us trying to get to the bottom of this and putting a proposal, we don't have the money or the means, but we can certainly recommend and advise. And who knows, sometimes the money happens.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, absolutely. And in fact, if there's some other entity out there, because that was the impression we were under, there's an entity that might be interested, and maybe DSNY is looking to sell it to that entity.
Yeah.
But, I mean, we don't know. So we'll just have to reach out to them and just get more information. So
Trying
Now-
to stay ahead of it.
yeah. So, okay, now VMS, is that a new person?
Yes.
And okay, who is VMS?
Actually, okay. Hey, actually, it's me. I'm just like on my computer also.
Welcome, Vanessa.
Hi,
Hey.
gotcha.
But yeah, it's me.
Nice to see you.
You too.
Thank you. So,
Let's
okay,
get to the block party.
yeah. So everyone, as you might be
Let me
aware,
stop sharing.
last month, right? Because we're still in May. Last month, we were successful in holding our first public event, and we did it with I don't know if you call them a company or business, but a local business called Happy Monkey. They're from our community board, and they're all about happiness and education around cannabis. And like I said, Miriam is definitely more of the expert in this area than me, but we had an event that was focused on education. The event was held at Columbia University on April the 18th. And I will dare say that given that it was a Tuesday and it was most of the day, we had really good turnout and interest. And we used it as an opportunity, like I said, to address all things related to cannabis and to help educate our community so that some of the negative stigma that is out there, we're trying to tap that down and change the mindset. Miriam, do you want to add anything else?
Yeah, no, so it was a great event, the first of its kind. We partnered, Happy Monkey is a legacy operator from our community. These guys are from Community Board 9. It was just a great Choose Happy Symposium. We hope to do more events that way. We were able to leverage our Community Board 9 benefits agreement with Columbia to get use of the forum. So
Yeah.
we welcome, you know, we were reminded that we have that space to use for community engagement and education. So we hope to have another event there next year or in the fall when we come back. If you have any suggestions, please let us know. We definitely know that we need to do more education on cannabis. It's a big subject. There's economic development, wellness, and all that. So
And
we
and
yep.
before you finish, and of course, we want to thank City College because they
Yes,
helped us and
the
supported
survey.
us in our efforts to collect data that we can use to help inform us on other events that we can do in the community. And we'll continue to do that sort of collaborative work with City College. of
Yes,
course,
thank you,
Columbia,
Deborah and
everybody
CUNY.
else. Yeah.
You know, this is a collaborative thing, cannabis, and we really hope to just partner with all our stakeholders in the community to support anyone who wants to take this crazy journey in cannabis
That's
in
right.
any way, manner, or form. And with that, we would like to introduce Carl Reynoso. You're still with us. We met
I
you at the Choose Happy Symposium,
Yes.
and Carl has been producing a block party in CB9, and we would love to support you, partner with you. You tell us when, where, how, what we can support with, and possibly maybe bring some cannabis education.
Right. So wait, before you start, Carl, just to wind up what Miriam said, since we had that successful event at the forum, of course, our goal is to continue being visible as a community board, but also visible with this issue as it relates to cannabis. So we also want to bring the information to the community and be in the streets, if you will. So we thought, what else can we do to be visible and to be accessible to our community members? And hence, Carl fortuitously was there, and we saw this as an opportunity, as Miriam said, to partner so that we can continue our success in increasing awareness about cannabis. So I wanted to make sure I stated that so that you can understand why we have Carl here this afternoon or this evening. And Carl, as if you will, please share with us your block party event. And as Miriam said, how you think we might be able to work with you in order to continue this momentum.
Well, first off, I want to say thank you for having me, Monique and Miriam, to come in today and speak about the block party and in the community and how we could address the cannabis and make it bigger, a bigger understanding, a bigger statement. So my block party is August 19th, 2023. It starts at 12 p.m. It ends at 5 p.m. But, you know, there's a big leeway with that. The 30th precinct allows me usually from 9 a.m. up until like 7-ish to continue the party. Well, no, I generally, I've lived in community board all my life. Community board 9, born and raised, born in 136 and moved to 143rd at the age of 7 and finished off most of my life there. I'm just giving you a quick rundown of myself. I'm a taxi owner. I have a taxi business, and my father, I run my father's taxi as well. So, well, let's go. So basically, I set up the block party. I put in an application. I notify the residents. I create flyers as much as I can. I sit with the residents. I DJ the block party. I bring out my musical equipment, which I purchased just for the block party 5 years ago. I work with the 30th precinct. I have 5 years. I do my best to keep the peace and bring the vibration in the community, and in many different ways. I have a lot of ideas that I would love to bring to the table. Generally, I want you guys to come out. I want the community board to come out and address and let the people know who you are. I don't feel that the people of Hamilton Heights specifically know who you guys are or what you do, how you can help, who you guys are, and in turn with the whole cannabis initiative. I feel that, that community doesn't have the outreach specifically when it comes to the opportunity that we have, being that we were a community that was impacted with the laws, and many arrests were made, and we were basically like washed under the rug with just the way things were. And we're a great community now, and we've changed a lot. A lot of gentrification happened. There are many different cultures. And many different opportunities that have come and love our community. And I just wanted to expand on that and have the older people specifically understand that cannabis is medicine. A lot of them are still in that stigma that you spoke about. They see what's going on, but they're still scared. So I wanted to kind of bring that and just bring everything we can to our community and let them know, this is here, and you can have a hand in this if you wish, if you play the right game and work with the right people, work with the community boards, work with the state officials, just bring out anybody we can. If we could bring out a brew, we could bring out Espelot, and I know we have a real limited window of time because it isn't August 19th, but I mean, just do what you can. I mean, what I would need, maybe just help with the food, have the cannabis advocates come out, have the community board come out. If you can have the NYPD representative be there, I mean, that could happen. Have local officials, like I said, Shauna Brew, a couple of canopies, a couple of tables, just what you do. I'll give out some buttons, maybe some bags, and just say, hey, a little hats with a little leaf on it, hey, it's okay. Right, it's okay.
No,
okay.
we hear you, and it sounds amazing. So I'm hearing you could use some help from us, like get you like the electeds involved, maybe get some in-kind donation with food, get the local officials. Do you need help with tables and all that? Because what I'm hearing, this is something that I'm sure our electeds will get behind. And, we know enough organizations that we can invite them to table.
Yeah.
Like the Cannabis Workforce Initiative. We could get I met a doctor who does that. He can come table and talk with seniors. Is that what you need us to do, like to bring the cannabis industry for you to your block party?
Yeah, I would love, to see that. And also the more important thing is to the community to see that, they're not forgotten. We're not
Gotcha.
forgotten. We're a big part of Harlem, even though we're not in terms of Community Board 10, but we're neighbors. And Harlem is Harlem, and we've always been together. I would love to see Community Board 10 and us collaborate in a big event in Harlem for cannabis one day. I mean, just bring people out, try to get some bounce houses, would love to not DJ for a good and spend time with my people and help them out and hand out food and, maybe hire another DJ. I was thinking about DJ S1. He's on 107.5. He's good with.
Do you know him?
I don't know him personally, but I follow him on Instagram. I just like his music. He does old school R&B house. He's a WBLS. And but I do have connections with DJs, other DJs like DJ Flipstar, who's a big DJ uptown. Mikey Hacks. So I've worked with a couple of DJs and like I said, but it'll be good to have bigger names, you know, people that'll bring people out, you know.
Got it. Got it.
Just help advertising it, making, you know, letting more people know about it, you know, get people with flyers out there and, you know, just
Okay.
growing it. Let's just grow it if we can, you know.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
No, it sounds like a plan. And tell me, it's on 143rd Street. It runs from what to what? Like how
It's
extensive?
on 143rd Street between Broadway and Riverside, and it's on the NYC.gov website. It's scheduled for 12 p.m. and it's supposed to end at 5
Right. And I'm sorry, you said from Broadway to where?
to Riverside.
Okay, Riverside. Okay, got it. Thank you. No, yeah, I think that sounds great because you have a presence, a history, people know
Yep.
you. So that helps already because you know, you have I want to say name recognition. So we know people will come and we want to grow it, help you grow it. And also by doing so, we want people to know that we exist, that we're here to serve because we are Community Board 9 and we want to be a part of what's happening in Community Board 9 and partner with you to, you know, grow your event, but also use it as an opportunity to just share information, which is so important, and do it in a non-threatening way, like in a fun way.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
think this is a great, it's a great opportunity. And I know I wrote down some of the things that you would like help with, and you already have the permit, right?
Yeah. I don't have the permit. I'm waiting. They usually notify me a month to 3 weeks before.
But you
they-
applied already.
But I have the application in, yes.
Okay.
Okay. So, I mean, I know that we have been talking about budget because the budget for community board and committees is due. And I know Miriam and I had talked about wanting to do something in the community and what things could we ask for to support any work that we do in the community. And so, you know, in terms of like in terms of tables and stuff, you have tables available, you are able to get that?
Well, I don't specifically. I usually just let the
vendors
block
bring-
residents kind of take control of what they want, you know. So it usually splits up in like 3 groups. Some people down the block, some people up the block, they bring their own tables, you know, they bring their own fruit. I just bring the music, I do all the paperwork, I do the flyers, I make sure people are notified. I try to get the cars to be moved, but it's always a problem kind of. That's why I say if I have NYPD kind of in the beginning, I'm pretty sure people will move their cars fast.
Okay.
And some people just don't move their car at all, but it'll be, you know, it is what it is. I'm not, you know, I'm not gonna tell people, hey, and it
No,
hurts
I
me to say I'm gonna tow your car, but you know,
Right. Yeah, if I mean, if the block, if the, I mean, if it's blocked off and people are aware in advance, then, I mean, it should be traffic free, and I guess car free to a degree, so that people can enjoy themselves outdoors for a little bit of time. And so I'm thinking that if we speak to our committee that deals with uniform services, maybe we can touch base with them to see if there's anything we can do to make sure we're able to help with.
We can
with our
contact the
requests.
30th precinct directly. We have their connection.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we do have a relationship with them, so we could definitely do that for sure. And tables, well, if we're looking to bring entities to the event, that
We
means
should
need to have-
definitely talk to Sean Abreu,
Yeah.
because maybe he can help some way, somehow, discretionary funds to help with the event itself, you
Mhm.
know, with tabling. Because that's what I see as an expense when you invite people to table. You have to make sure to have tables.
Yeah. So we can ask him for sure. I'm wondering if there's anyone else, but we'll go to him. And he, as he said, we can invite Sean to stop by and say a few words. I guess we can also invite the borough president
Mhm.
if his schedule permits.
And they can maybe also help with, you know, we can talk with them. I mean, I'm new with planning with the councilman and all that. So we can ask, like, how does this work?
Yeah, exactly. But we can invite definitely Mark as well. And I
Mhm.
think that because they are supporters of this, if their schedule is free and we can get on their calendar, let them know, I'm sure they'll come out, Carl. So we have a note written to reach out to them.
And
So
we
that,
will, and I'm seeing the emails, Deborah, thank you, the chat. Thank you, Deborah. We will definitely count you in on this. And we will send you the document, Carl, to look at, the one on regulations for the community. That's the one you're talking about?
Yes, yes.
Okay, yes,
Okay,
please.
yeah.
And please share it with anyone you know, because this, we're not creating this, blindly. We want your input. This makes sense. This is how it will be regulated, in Manhattan. But we want feedback. We definitely want feedback. And just so everyone knows, the community board officially breaks in July and August. So we no longer meet. We're off. We don't meet in July and August. Um, we're not obligated to, but we can certainly be involved in an event in August. And I know, Deborah, you have the CUNY events in July that we most definitely want to be involved with. We just don't have to hold meetings. We get a little bit of break, but we can still be involved in community things. And Carl, your block party sounds absolutely amazing. I think we have to be in the streets to talk about cannabis.
Yeah.
We have to bring education to the people. This is a challenge I'm encountering. Again, full disclosure, I have a CBD brand myself, and I do a lot of education and talking out there, and reaching seniors is a big challenge because they mostly are in senior centers, which are federally funded. And many of the centers are very nervous about inviting cannabis businesses into their spaces to talk about cannabis.
Yeah.
So it's like, boom, you hit a wall, reaching seniors where they're at. So
Yeah.
we would love to work with you. I definitely can think of a bunch of organizations that tabled at the Happy Monkey event that could be wonderful for the block party: the Cannabis Workforce Initiative, Cannaware Society, again, the doctor I thought of that I just recently met, and anyone else, if you have any other suggestions or ideas, thoughts. Monique, pick your brain as well for anyone we've encountered in our cannabis year that would be beneficial in a block party.
I wonder if, what is her face? Dorson?
Dashida, oh my God, oh my goodness, Dashida. We
Yeah,
need
do
to
you
reach
think,
out to Dashida.
yeah, do you think she would be open to stop by?
Absolutely,
Yeah,
absolutely.
because that's her thing, to be more visible. So yeah, I'm
I
thinking,
love, I like the Sheeta. She's very colorful. She's very,
Yes.
and she's a New Yorker. So,
Yep. So we definitely need to get on this Dashida Dawson's radar to have her stop by. Welcome, Daria.
hey, Daria,
Hey, so
And
sorry. I'm still
don't
working.
worry. Don't
are
worry.
you?
Don't
Okay,
worry.
no worries, man.
We're trying to get out fast because we recognize it's a holiday weekend, and we are like the last the last community board meeting before everyone breaks.
They
So
cut
we're
out.
trying to go quickly through. We will issue minutes on everything, but we were just going over a potential partnership with Carl for a block party. His block party is August 19th on 143rd between Broadway and Riverside. And he's looking for us to just bring some cannabis education, support, resources. He's applied for the permit. He's going to bring the music, and we got to bring whatever we can, politicians, Peter Dotson. If we can get a big name DJ to attract people, but let's definitely brainstorm online committee, and anyone here email us so that we can put something together pretty quickly and hit up all the people that we're thinking of, because calendars get busy, and before you know it, it's August, and a lot of people take breaks, vacation, we got to get moving on this. So
Yeah,
thank you,
I see
Carl.
Baka. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. I see you put your email in there. So we'll make sure when we send this stuff out that you get it.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, Dari, that's where we're at now.
Let me share
planning.
let
The
me
agenda.
share the agenda again. Is this it? Yes.
Thanks for the update.
So Dari,
Here
Dari,
we go.
we talked about, hopefully people reviewed the minutes. If they had questions, let us know. The regulation and guidelines, we just asked people to review it because we made some edits. There's a few more that we need to make, asking people to review it and to send comment to us, because we would like to present this in the June executive meeting to move this forward so that we can be ahead of the game in terms of, the establishment of legal dispensaries, because we know it's coming. Miriam shared that a number of dispensaries have already been established, if I'm not mistaken, right, Miriam?
Yeah, illegal ones in our community.
No, but okay, I'm not talking about the illegal ones, the other ones that are legal.
Yeah.
There was a release of some new ones.
Yes, there's over 100 more cord applicants that have been approved. So it's going to start to move quickly. This is getting pretty serious. The industry is regulating. It's going to move very quickly in August when they open up the licenses to everyone. It's not just going to be cord. So I urge everyone to look at the regulations and guidelines. And again, keep in mind when you're looking at these things, a bird's eye view of Community Board 9 geographically, what this all means. We're already identifying that if we're talking retail dispensaries, you can really pretty much only operate on Broadway in Community Board 9. Amsterdam has a lot of schools and houses of worship and parks and community organizations and educational institutions. And then you have a lot of limitations with Riverside Drive, and St. Nicholas has parks, and again, schools, houses of worships. So we're limited. We're not like a lot of downtown. We're luckily, but I guarantee you we're going to get 1 or 2 applications in Community Board 9. It's just a matter of time.
Right.
That said, let's keep moving to the budget. And I think that goes, it's great that it's right behind the summer event, because what we've put in for, we were anticipating participating in community events or any kind of event. So we have already put a request in to order a banner, tablecloth, lanyards, make sure Community Board 9 members have business cards, maybe a t-shirt that identifies us, branded items that we could hand out, a stress ball, reusable bag. And these are just ideas if you have any suggestions. And the thought is that, these are generic items that would be used by all of Community Board 9, not just the task force. We're just thinking ahead of time. For example, like the block party that we just talked about. If we have a table, how do people know who we are? We're going to need a banner. We're going to need some kind of identification when we talk to people. So we're hoping to hear back from Youtha, correct?
Monique? Yes, we are hoping to hear back from her to see what is
possible, what's possible, and yeah.
And then we'll work with what we have. Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt.
Yes.
Youtha had said that they actually have gotten sign banners. I'm sorry, table banners.
Okay.
So I think that part is already done, but
Okay.
Yeah, I'm excited to hear which of the other, if if any of the other, at least business cards, but I
Yeah,
think
and the
I-
business cards, we've proposed that co-chairs get 50 each. And then regular members can get ones that they can fill in. But there's also the alternative that you can buy the pre-printed sheets, and we can have them if we have an event and we think we go to the office and have a template, and we put our name and you print it. And you can
Yeah.
print a sheet at a time, so that you don't have to order 50, order that many business cards. As you need them, you would go to the office and print them out.
Yeah.
I think that's probably the most reasonable way to address business cards for us.
Yeah.
But again, we've asked for a couple of things. Branded items, we're open to suggestions. I think we should put water bottles instead of rubber bracelets, because I think they're more useful.
Right.
I really like the reusable bag
Yeah.
situation.
And we would
because-
brand everything so that, people know who we are.
Yeah.
Reusable bags, because not only are they, with us and the bag situation at stores now,
Yeah.
it also, as people go about their business, it's sort of advertising
Right.
Yeah.
in a different way than, let's say, I mean, a water bottle would be too, but a lot of times water bottles, unless you're an avid person who works out, they're not always quite. I just think the
Okay, so we'll put
reusable
the
bag is
money in
sort
the
of for
reusable
everybody.
bags. Okay,
Yeah.
that's a good point.
Yeah.
Good point.
Okay, so we'll keep you posted. We're waiting and to see like what things can
Now,
done.
since we're putting, and this is a question to all of us that maybe we should ask of the board, since we're putting this request in and it's pretty generic for the whole board, are we limited to the 2,000? Could we then ask separately for stuff specific to the block party?
So I think, oh,
Can I, I'm sorry again.
go ahead.
I already made this request at the executive board meeting.
You did.
Yeah, for the cards and stuff.
Yeah.
And so to your question, I think some of that at least would be sort of more general. As a matter of
Yeah.
fact, they said cards are from the office budget, from the
Okay.
operating budget. It does not come from discretionary funds. So I think we can put some of that back into our pot for the
Event.
event.
Okay, thank
good.
you.
Thank you.
We should definitely bring that up when we speak with Yutha, Monique, about this. What from this list of items actually is office and operating budget versus discretionary funds, because a lot of it's looking like operating budget to me.
A quick question. You went to the senior event. You said there were shirts that were worn.
They had white T-shirts with just community board 9. Maybe, maybe they made them, they could have ironed, one of the members could have printed them, but
Okay.
the committee members had T-shirts.
Okay, I was told, I thought that might, well, anyway, so I have to find out. That's why I'm asking the question, but so we'll follow up with Yutha and see what things are possible for just, thinking broadly, and then what can we have specifically in terms of maybe going towards this community event that we want to do in partnership with Carl. So when we're done, I'll send a note tonight and see if Yutha has a chance to address it. Knowing that tomorrow's Friday, so everybody will.
Yeah, and Monday's a holiday, don't forget.
Yeah, I'm not gonna forget. So yeah, there you go. But there we are with the budget. So if you think of anything, share it with us. So now go ahead, next item.
Upcoming events, if anyone wants to share any. We know, Deborah, you have the CUNY Cannabis Forum. I just put this in here, the Taste of Harlem. If no one is aware, is June 1st at the Forum. It's an amazing evening that they are, I think for a $20 ticket, there's like over 20 or 30 Harlem restaurants, and it's like a sampling night, and it's at the Forum from 6 to 9:30, June 1st. I was going to, full disclosure, my business was going to sample kombucha because I'm teaching a class the following week, but I had a production problem and I had to pull out from the
Oh,
event. I don't have, my kombucha won't be ready in time.
oh, yeah, that's next week and you need time to.
Yeah, it's not gonna, and rather than drive myself crazy, I just said it, not, it's not, the universe is not saying participate this time, but I encourage others to definitely attend a fun evening. There's events happening in cannabis nonstop, everywhere, all the time. The Medgar Evers 1 year event is happening. There's the big Cannabis World Expo at the Javits is next week.
Oh, yeah.
For those that are interested, if you are interested, please email me. There's a lot of free tickets to attend. And I have a bunch of promo codes that are being shared on Instagram for free admission to the Cannabis World Expo. I'm not at the show this year. I'm not in the show this year. My business, I'm just going to attend.
So it's next weekend?
It's next week. I know, not next week, the first week of June. Yeah, I think it's like it's, I don't have the exact dates in front of me, but I will share. Does anyone know off the top of their head?
Because I think I've been seeing it advertised on the
Yeah,
Um,
It starts Thursday,
it's Thursday.
Friday, Saturday.
June 1st,
Thank you. Yes.
June, I guess, 3rd.
It should be very interesting at the Javits. It's a little bit of everything every year. It's been a great show. I've gone for the past, I don't know, 5, 6, 7, 8 years. It'll be very interesting this year now that we actually have
First
a-
year.
yeah, we have a full legal market and we have dispensaries open. So if
Do you want to mention the Mega Evers event again? When is that?
and Medgar Evers, I have all of this on my phone and I don't have my phone in front of me. I apologize.
Daria, do you know when the Mega Evers event is happening since you participated last year?
I'm sorry, I do not.
Okay, no, it's okay. I mean, we can send that to people for sure.
Yeah.
It's in our
Medgar
email.
Evers. It's
Yeah,
an
I can find
for-
out.
Yeah. So we can share it so that we're sharing the love and supporting other activities around this, because we want to keep, it visible so that people know and they get as much opportunity and chance to learn and be exposed to this. Deborah, do you want to mention about the event? And I think it's virtual that's coming up. I think with the interfaith based
Yes, it'll be June 22nd. And the flyer should be going out next week. And it's in collaboration with the Office of Cannabis Management's faith-based outreach team.
Okay, very good. Thank you for sharing that.
So I'll send that out as soon as we get the final approval on the flyer. I'll send it over.
Thank you. So there we go. So there you go. All that's cannabis we're sharing so that we keep everybody in the know.
It's June 3rd, the Medgar Evers College. 11 a.m. to 6 a.m. Let me, if I can share my screen.
Oh gosh, so everything's happening next weekend.
It's, it's everything everywhere all at once. That's the theme
Yes.
of this year.
Oh, Lord, it's like a
So
lot.
this is the Medgar Evers.
Oh wow, so colorful.
Second annual Cannabis Education Showcase, Saturday, June 3rd.
Okay. Wow. Okay,
Let me grab this.
I like that. Very colorful. Eye-catching. So
It's outdoors. Let me put this in the
chat.
Stop share.
Okay, thank you for pulling that. So,
Yes, my friends are part of the promotion, the Cannabis.
oh, Canna Divas. Is that what you said before? Canna something? Canna Divas? You
The
said,
Cannabis.
oh, I like it.
So that's the Medgar Evers.
All
And
right.
let me find a CWE code.
Nice.
Let's see what else we got. What other goodies we got?
No, I mean, in terms of the agenda, I think that's it. In ter-
Okay, here's a promo code for
Oh,
CWE Expo.
oh, wow. Look at that artwork. It's so beautiful. I love it.
Here is the expo I just mentioned about.
Oh, okay. So you put that in there now too?
Yep. And this is a complimentary exhibits pass code. And again, that's June 1st to 3rd. Usually on the 3rd, they have a yacht party, like closing. It is off the hook fun.
Yeah.
A yacht party around Manhattan. to
Who
close
is
the
this?
Expo,
Oh,
CWC
the expo.
Expo.
Can I just say, as you were asking about Medgar Evers, I texted Vicky, and she texted back, and I just want to say this: if you're planning on going to Medgar Evers, make sure that you register, because if you don't register, you have to use porta potties. So, just an FYI, nobody likes porta
Because it's an
potties.
outdoor event.
Yes.
Good to
Oh.
know. Good to know. You see, you got to have an insider.
Mm. Oh, boy. Yeah, nobody
So
likes porta potties, but there you go. Oh my gosh. No, that sounds good. Thank you. Look at that. Next weekend is all about the cannabis. That looks
every week, I tell you, every week I had an event on Sunday. It was from 8 a.m. till 6 p.m. in Brooklyn Restoration Plaza. I
Oh,
was
yeah.
on a panel with OCM Damian Fagan, and it was moderated by Dashida Dawson.
Oh, okay.
It's a phenomenal day again of workshops, education, resources for the community, and people came out. It was breakfast, there was lunch, and people were there from 9 a.m. till 6 o'clock, just taking workshops the whole day.
Oh, wow.
It was really, really good.
So
So
then we
there's
definitely,
momentum. There's
no,
momentum,
it is. It's a lot. And like you said,
and we have to do a lot more in our community because people go to these things in their community right now. That's what's happening.
okay. So we have to do our part. So, and we're trying. So we got Carl on. And so in terms of action items,
Budget. It's a lot of budget.
Yeah.
We need to look over the regulations letter before we submit it to executive, share it with Carl and everyone else. Please put your emails in the chat if you want us to send you the guidelines document. I wonder if I could attach it in the chat. Why can't I attach it?
I
Guess
don't, I don't see a
ability to attach stuff.
yeah, a paper clip to attach. I'm
Yeah.
sure there's a way to do it, but I don't see it. So we'll just send it. It might be easier.
Yep.
So, all right.
Okay, we got you, Carl. We'll send it. We definitely need your feedback and share it with the community, anyone you know. Same with Deborah. Anyone, please share. And again, we will be meeting in June. That'll be our last meeting for this year, and then we take a break. But again, we are definitely interested in participating in this August
Block party.
August block party. You know,
Yeah.
sounds like it's a long time away, but it could be right there. So Monique, you and I should talk offline because we have to reach Sean Abreu pretty quickly. I think he would be our best partner and the Manhattan Borough President. We can also reach out to Al Taylor But I kind of feel like on cannabis, the borough president and Sean Abreu would definitely be very supportive of something with a block party.
Daria, just to let you know, sorry, because we're talking about how we can support the block party that Carl hosts. You know, a number of different things came up. We won't go through all of them. We'll share with you, but we know you know a lot of people too. So,
Mhm.
you know, Carl was saying that, you know, he brings the music. We'd welcome having another DJ person come to play music as well. And you know, anything we could do in terms of maybe helping with food and stuff. So, you know, if we have connections, let's say we could pull on them to help make this a block party, which is already successful, you know, just even make it more successful, you know, by helping to increase the visibility of it and making more people aware so they can join.
And bring the element of cannabis opportunity and education, re-education to the block party, focused on seniors and opportunities and information for anyone who wants to get in.
Yeah.
Sounds good. So, and we're gonna, when you say seniors, we're talking about the medicinal part of cannabis. Is that what you're?
To just break it down, have like some vendors that can talk about the medicinal side, maybe have someone who can certify people as patients. A lot of like the type of setup we had with Happy Monkey, a lot of the people who tabled with Happy Monkey at the Happy Monkey event.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll come back to this, and some of the vendors that couldn't table at Happy Monkey because we were limited to 14. I mean, we definitely have a ton of people that we can tap into. You know, knowing what Carl wants from us on this, and for cannabis, let's just pick our brains who we can pull together, and the costs around tables and making this happen so that we can maybe get support from our electeds.
Yeah.
I
Sounds
also,
good.
What,
I
Carl?
also, when, I'm currently a fellow with the Justice Foundation, which is working with, directly with the Harlem Business Alliance. So I might be able to talk to them, see if they want to
With
come
Cheryl?
out. Yeah, Cheryl.
Yeah,
she's
yeah,
a friend of mine.
she's a friend, so
Yeah, yeah.
we'll definitely tap into Cheryl. This
Yeah,
is
I
something
know.
I'm sure she would love to be a part of, so yeah,
I've already spoken to her about it too, so she just
wonderful.
will be happy to hear from you guys. And
Okay.
Yes,
thank you, yeah.
Yeah, Carl,
is
you're on the
awesome.
ball. You're on.
Thank
it.
you.
So we
So we
appreciate
will
it.
be in touch.
Thank you. I mean, if I would love for you guys just to take it over. And, you know, you guys seem like you have more experience than I do.
Oh.
Organizing.
We
and
just sound like we
everything.
do.
Yeah.
No,
You sound like you're pretty organized,
Like
Carl.
you sound like you can get the block cleared for us. We'll make sure to get people to fill the block with information and education.
Carl,
okay.
did
Try
you,
to get the
get your
elected to pay
permit?
for it.
Did you get the permit already?
He applied.
The application is in, so yeah, I'm just waiting for them to reach back out to me with the confirmation.
And who did you have to do it with? The precinct?
No, I had to do it with nyc.gov.
Okay, does that go, can we, perhaps we can reach out to Yutha, find out who that goes through, and did you let them know that you were partnering with Community Board 9?
No, I haven't.
So you're absolutely correct, Daria. We need to intercept that application and say this is a partnership with us.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let me look, so I could give you her name exactly.
Yutha can probably follow up on it because the applications, I think Yutha's aware of the block parties. Yutha knew who you were. She knows the block party every year. So I think she is aware. If you want to email us any information on the application, and we will share it with Yutha and the precinct to let them know, listen, we're partnering, work with us here.
All right, just give me 1 second. I just want to give you her name. That way you have of the person that's in charge of.
Okay.
Do you guys need the event ID number, any information on it?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, whatever you can share, that will make it easier for them to find.
Mhm.
Do you want me to share it in the chat, or would you want me to send me an email with it? Or?
Send us via email.
So do I send it to the board or do I send it to,
Monique,
You
Uh,
can-
do I
So-
send
put it in the chat. It's fine. Thank
Yeah,
you,
you can
Deborah.
do
We can
both,
keep this
actually.
going.
Yeah, you could do both of them, Carl.
You could do both. Put it in the
I'll
chat
and
and
then
email.
I'll send it to your email,
Okay.
Monique.
Hey, Carl,
Hey, how you
um,
doing, Daria?
do you have to pay for that?
Yeah, I think it's a $25 fee and then the $50 for the music, the precinct.
Okay, so it's not like hundreds of dollars for the permit.
No, it's not that much.
Bye, Deborah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, good. Just double checking that.
Okay. All right. So, yeah, I mean, that's it. It sounds like, we are going to technically, I would say, end our task force on a good note in terms of doing this other event. And, okay, Kathy Long.
Yeah, yeah, her name is Kathy, and I'm trying to do this with, hold on, let's try to.
It's okay.
In the chat.
Yeah. And she's at nyc.gov.
Yeah,
Okay.
nyc.gov, nyc.gov, NYC event permits, nyc.gov.
Okay. nyc.gov. Okay. Event permits. All right. So then once we get that from you, then I guess then we can move towards adjourning. This will be a history, historic. Okay, here we go. Who, Helston? Oh, Hakil. Okay. Thank you, Hakil.
Oh, Akil's
You're
here.
welcome. Yeah, I'm still here.
Hi.
All the more reason we need to end this meeting before 8 o'clock.
Right, so that he can get on his way. So we
So
see
we
it.
got the
Hakil,
ID
you
number.
see it?
Yes,
Okay. So that's good. You could capture it and maybe look up the information so that we can see if we're ahead of the game.
definitely. We'll definitely do.
Very good. Thank you so much. It's so nice to have support in that office. We love you guys.
I know.
Thank you. Thank you.
We forget,
appreciate that.
we have all this support, you know?
Yeah. I
Yeah,
know it's been such a long time without it.
yeah, it has been. And it's been, and it's been, we've been making it work, but we greatly
We
appreciate
Yes.
appreciate
you.
you.
I tip my hat off to you guys, to the whole board.
Well, we tip our hat off to Yutha because she still hung in there.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't
I
drive
agree.
her away. So she's a treasure. So,
Yes, she
but
is.
so you see it there, so that's good. Maybe we could see what, like, make sure it doesn't get stuck or lost in cyberspace.
Translation right. Yes, I agree.
So Carl, we have our person from our community board office who's on. He sees the information, he'll grab it, and we'll follow up with the office to see if we can, you know, see the status of your application and make
Okay.
sure we track it so that it, you know, it goes through the proper channels.
All right. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Appreciate everything you're doing.
Good. We
appreciate you.
appreciate everything you're doing as well. Because remember, we
Yeah,
represent the community. You're from the community.
yeah, thank you. And like I said, if you ever need anything from me, reach out. Anything for the community, I'm here. You know, hopefully we'll be able to grow this, you know, like I love what's going on over there by with the food festival.
Mm.
I would love to see, I would love to see a cannabis event festival with the food and just everything and, you know, music, you know, at
We're
that space.
getting there, we're getting there, you know?
Yeah, I know,
Don't
we are gonna get there.
We're
Slowly but
normalizing
surely.
it.
But please don't, you know, include me. I would love to be a part of it.
Thank
Okay.
you, thank you. Just keep showing up at our meetings. You're on our email list.
I will.
For now, we're virtual. You know, if we ever do become in office, we're gonna try to keep it hybrid because it is easier to do these things virtually in the evening. So we'll try to keep it this way. That said, it is 7:52 p.m.
Yes. So I think we can adjourn the meeting. so that we can all begin our holiday weekend.
Woo.
And this will be a world record for us to end so early,
Before 8.
before 8 o'clock. So it's
Motion to adjourn.
I second that.
yes, and I third that. So there we go. So
And
we
that
are
is how
adjourning.
we operate for our high school student who
Yes.
has so patiently joined us for this meeting. We pull parliamentary procedure. If a member says motion to adjourn and someone seconds it, all conversations stop, meeting's over.
And
Is
so-
that a tag youth?
So we
Is
can
a,
stop.
is a high school student
No,
from
he's-
tag?
He's from Frederick Douglass Academy.
Is he a member of the tag group?
Are
TAG?
you?
Would you like to respond,
Bar?
Abu Bakar?
Hello?
Yes. Where are
Yeah.
you from again?
Oh, Frederick Douglass Academy.
Are you a tag youth?
A tag? Wait, what is that?
Okay, it's then no. If I can't tell you what it stands for, but if you're not, okay. Just
All right.
checking.
What's
So
the
did you
academy
enjoy
name
our
again?
meeting?
I'm sorry, what's the academy name? I couldn't hear it.
Frederick
Oh,
Douglass.
Frederick
Oh,
Douglass.
Frederick Douglass. Got it. Thank you.
I
Mhm.
hope you enjoyed our meeting and will join us again.
Oh, it was good. Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Good, good, good.
Okay.
Well, everyone, have a wonderful evening and
I was gonna say, spread the word because we want representation, especially from young people.
yes,
So,
All right.
okay. All right, everyone. Enjoy, be safe, and we'll reconnect via email. We'll share everything with people. So if you have downtime, you can review the stuff that we talked about.
How did Abubakar find us? Did y'all
Oh.
ask?
I checked on the website.
Oh,
nice.
Big
Nice.
website.
Ah,
Very
spread
good.
the word. We're here. We need young people involved.
absolutely.
All right. One last thing.
Yes.
Do you know who Marquise Harrison is?
Marquise
That
Harrison.
name is familiar,
Sounds
but
familiar.
Yeah, he's part of
Where will
Community
we
Board
know-
10.
Okay.
okay.
What is he? Health?
Oh, I think isn't he the chair?
Yeah, he's a chair.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my teacher.
Oh,
Okay.
wow. And he sent you to us.
Yeah.
Nice.
Really? Oh, that's interesting. They don't have a cannabis task force, Community Board 10?
They probably do. I just didn't really. Yeah, I had to attend one of the meetings. I missed most of them, so this is really the last one I could attend.
Oh, that
Ah,
was nice of him to
you
say.
saved the best for last.
That's right. That's right. So tell him that you got the best education from us.
And
All
where
right,
do you live?
everyone.
Do you live in Community Board 9 or 10, Abubakar?
Yeah, 9.
Oh, okay.
Oh, well, that makes sense. So we're gonna keep you if you'll have us, as they say. Well, with that said, ladies, ladies and gentlemen, it was nice to convene with you. Please have an enjoyable, safe holiday weekend, and we will be in touch and check your email. All right?
You
Good
too.
night,
All right,
everyone.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Stay
you.
blessed,
Good night,
everyone.
everyone.
Night,
Great night.
Thank you.
night.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.